Hello everyone, and welcome on back to some good old-fashioned WSSEA action here, brought to you by LandFest. D'Lo behind the mic, joined here by Sami Nami in the booth as well. Almighty Eye in the sky, Taylor keeping the prod lights on, that cam steady. Sami, how are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling pretty good here. How about yourself, D'Lo?
You know what, I gotta say it's been a long day of casting, long day of working as well, but I'm always down for some additional Smash action, and that's exactly what we got here for you. It's not crew battles like ye olden days of IEN fame, no. The format's a bit more kooky, a bit more chaotic. We have, what, 5 best of 3 individual 1v1 matches, so it just does mean that the spotlight shines on us all for both of these teams.
I believe this is, each match is a best of 3, which is quite a large amount to have. Each player will get an opportunity to play here, so large list of stages that they can go off of, as well as a big point system based on the matches played.
And those maps are going to simply just be the competitive standards you imagine, your battlefields, your FDs, etc., etc. It's Tenino VS Oakville, by the way. Week 1 to start things off, so this is kind of like the pace setter. This is where things start to get understood as far as, where everyone falls in that pecking order. And like you mentioned, these matchups are decided based on skill level of these teams. So your 5th ranked player is going to go up against their 5th ranked player. And also, like you mentioned, there's ascending point values. The higher the skill level of the matchup, the more value it has. So it doesn't necessarily mean that those on the lower rungs of the ladder can't contribute in their own way, but it does certainly put a lion's share of that portion of the pressure on top of the big dog's shoulders.
Yeah, no, I mean, big thing that you're going to be looking forward here is who's going to be your starter going into all this. I think that's going to be the really important setup here to begin with it all.
Well, to begin with it all as well, we want to make sure we give a good little shout to our friends, the good old sponsors that keep us up and running. That's our friends at Zotac. Hey, everyone, I want to give a huge shout out to Zotac Gaming for powering today's stream. Thanks to their incredible support, we're able to bring this broadcast to all of you, helping to showcase the amazing talent in Scholastic Esports. You can show your appreciation for Zotac Gaming as well by giving them a shout out on social media. Make sure to join the community on the Discord, and don't you dare forget, to use that hashtag powered by Zotac or hashtag ZotacUSA when you post.
Indeed. Now, I'm about ready for some matches. How about yourself, D'Lo?
I'm looking forward to it. Yesterday we had some pretty interesting fanfare, some smorgasbord of characters, but a lot of Mario. I wanted to get a bit far away from the, the bad and basic, but we'll try to maybe see if we can get a bit more spicy. That being said, honestly, I like Mario. He's fun character to watch. Just, as far as the conceptual design goes, it's Mario. We all know him. Show me something spicy.
That would be interesting to see here. I mean, looking at between the two teams here, I'm really curious how they're going to be setting themselves up. I am getting word that this is all ranked. So one team's ranked number 5 is going to be going up against the other team's ranked number 5, and so on until the final game. So in a way, it's more of like a relay in the way it kind of sounds like it's being described here.
Yep, it's ascendant in the ranks, and that means that at least proportional to the other members of the team, you should be going up against the best possible match. There's not waffle stomps the like of a crew battle where, depending on the order you decide to line it up, you very well could have your best up against their worst and vice versa. No, this time around, it's going to be a bit different. Tenino is going to win the coin flip, and the first map will be Final Destination, which is the good old classics. Keep it flat, keep it funky, keep it fresh. I'm looking forward to seeing what these players bring and what characters they decide to pilot.
I wonder what we could possibly be seeing here as we have a little Mac icon there. I'm expecting to see a bit of that little Mac. No, we're actually going to have Incineroar and Jigglypuff. Oh, you already know who I'm rooting for here.
Good old-fashioned Pokemon battle, it seems. So, change the game. We're playing Scarlet and Violet. And this is an interesting one. One of the heavyweights versus one of the lightest characters this game's got to offer. Scary stuff when you consider just how easily it's going to be to launch this Jigglypuff to high heaven.
So you say, but already going to be starting off with some big damage numbers there. 3 times the amount of the initial clothesline, but Jigglypuff's putting up a bit of a fight themselves.
Center stage retained here. No, arrest, atypical, but not even the punish you were maybe expecting. A throat chop when it really easily could have been the stock with an F smash. That rest, got to make sure you're not putting yourself in a vulnerable position as this Jigglypuff. You have to confirm it if you really want to get those KOs.
Yes, you definitely do. And the hard part right now with this Jigglypuff is how floaty they are. Incineroar doesn't do well off stage, so trying to really keep towards the center stage is he's going for these jabs here.
And that is going to be a potential win con for this Jigglypuff, is to get this Incineroar off stage and try to gimp that exploitable recovery. But the issue is Incineroar up until now has not been launched off stage. Now I'm going to see an opportunity for that edge guard. Instead, it's a pound the wrong direction and a throat chop in the correct one. First stock goes the way of TM.
And it does. Oh, going to be interrupting that build-up for the smash there, which helps him out to start, but I think they're trying to build up for something more here. I'd be real curious to see how well a reflect could go into play.
See how that cross chop already nearly took out Jigglypuff at 56? Also, by the way, these players, the names have been revealed. It's actually Ash Cat on the big cat, kitty cat themselves, and Witchy, trying to get twitchy on the Jigglypuff, but I don't know, man. So far, they haven't been really link combos. That's what Jigglypuff does. Chains aerial to aerial, and now at 104, with a revenge-boosted F-tilt, it's going to be very difficult for Jigglypuff to make up all this lost ground.
That it is. In fact, you see here, Incineroar actually has gotten 2 stocks already, still holding on to that 100% damage, and yet they're continuously building it. Oh no, not the
It doesn't
flame.
matter though, not the jab wake up. Unfortunate that they got the opportunity for the punish, but instead get punished themselves. Fully charged down smash for a character as light as Jigglypuff is a death sentence. Her head's gonna roll.
Indeed. Well, that's all she really is, isn't she? Just a big old head?
That's true. I guess the entire body rolls, which, to be fair, if you click neutral B, that's exactly what happens. But that being said, you know what's nice about this game mode? You know what's nice about this format? Even if you get swept 3-0, it's only 1 point no matter what. Those stocks don't carry over or nothing. It's just a quick little reset. As long as your mental resets, you should be just as good of a spot as you were at the beginning of last game.
Indeed. I mean, real big thing here is that Incineroar didn't lose a single stock in that initial one. That is extremely difficult to do.
I mean, it's just the fact that Jigglypuff couldn't link combos together. Couldn't get these aerials. The issue is as well, Incineroar kind of has similar aerials. The Fair, which is usually a really great approach option for that Jigglypuff. Incineroar's got a great Fair as well. Both of them use a move where their feet and legs extend far in front of them, but look at the height differential. Hate to break it to you, Jigglypuff, but you're just not cracking 6 foot just yet. Incineroar is going to outspace you. So as far as what Jigglypuff can do, I think you alluded to it earlier. Floatiness. Jigglypuff's air mobility is unmatched, is unparalleled by the other cast of characters. So try to bait out options from this Incineroar, since they clearly like to use these big, punishable smash attacks. Kind of jump around them, wait for them to do something careless, and then punish.
Indeed. Now, I'm not quite sure what they're doing here. Maybe they're just trying to reposition.
Change of character, maybe?
Really? Switching characters?
I mean, if I was honestly that Jigglypuff, I'd consider, but it seems that no, we're going to stick with the same old, but the map might be changing up just a little bit. PS2, which thematically makes sense. What better place for a Pokemon battle than the Pokemon Stadium?
You know, when you say PS2, I'm not sure, because I'm like, Pokemon's not on PlayStation. What are you talking about?
It is now. Welcome to Smash, sucker. Pound going to come out here and the Sing as well. But the question is, what's the punish? Can't just be a jab and F smash. All right, I'm already glad that we're seeing adjustments here from Witchy. They are clearly recognizing the fact that when you get a Sing off, you need to get some big damage as a follow-up.
Indeed, there's that rest. Coming back alive through it. Oh, we had a collision there. No damage taken from either side.
I do not know how there's no punish there to that rest, but we will gladly take it. Another time, put to the rest, and quick little catnap interrupted by one little kick. Again, the punish has got to be a bit bigger if you want to pay those dividends.
That you do. But really, now it seems Jigglypuff's really focusing on the center stage control. But it looks like Incineroar is trying to set up for the up smash here.
Oh no. Get the lone whip, gets the early hitbox, doesn't want to stale the kill box just yet. But unfortunately, continuously landing inside the Sing is just not a good look, and I think that you're going to see some adjustments soon from Ashcat. But the issue is, even when they are getting hit by this thing, they're not really being forced to respect it, since you know that the punish is not going to kill you. They could have killed him again with an F smash, but instead, Witchy maybe just getting a bit too excited to get some free damage off and doesn't get the optimal punish.
No, they do not. I mean, Ashcat here really having to play it carefully around these edges. Oh, Ashcat's off the stage.
There goes the Lolan Whip. Takes off Witchy for the first stock. Ashcat, some haphazard cross chops could result in an SD, but given the way they're performing, I'm not too mad at it. They're being very aggressive right now, as an Incineroar should be, and also it's a good idea to try to contest Jigglypuff in the air because you can't go to sleep as long as you're not on the ground.
Indeed. You're going to be just playing right here. You got a good setup for damage, just needs to confirm these hits.
Well, the Lolan Whip, not going to be the punish option. Instead, it was the Darkest Lariat in response to the rest this time around. F-Smash charged up one way, charged up another. Third time's apparently the charm. The phrase rings true here in Smash Bros. You get off the first stock.
Indeed. Now we're playing around this edge here pretty dangerous. Actually, some big damage coming on out. Needs to get the follow through off the top. Just missing yet again.
One up air. Doesn't quite finish the job. Second one, same story. It's going to start being stale, but Jigglypuff's got to find a way to contest. It's a cross chop upon landing, but the initial burst box when they land on the ground didn't actually find the mark, which means there's no kill. Instead, that comes courtesy of one last throat chop. It's going to be last stock here for this Jigglypuff.
Indeed it is. Great recovery there from off the stage. I thought Jiggly was going to go for another sing there, just to make the Incineroar even angrier.
I don't know, man. If you're this Incineroar, I think you're purring like a happy cat. You're doing a pretty solid job, and you're already a leg up here in the series. A beatdown to being applied, and a bait for the revenge. A good weight there comes out from Witchy, and that does mean they even up the stocks 1-1. There's possibility here, as long as they make sure to not overcommit to these down smashes that everyone just seems to love charging up. That's going to be the appropriate punish. Just a Lolan Whip through it all day.
Indeed. I'm just looking for the setup here on the edge. This could be it against the Jiggly. If Incineroar gets this confirmed hit, now just needs to follow it through to finish the job. Ooh, very close.
Sends them up, but these cross chops are certainly going to get the job done. If a down smash does not, maybe get a DI'd out of it, but nonetheless, the result's the end, and the result is the same. Incineroar takes it in 2.
Great play by Witchy there in the end, be able to get that #1 spot.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's just what Incineroar is able to provide you. And Ashcat was able to pilot it pretty gosh darn well there for Oakville. They'll take the first leg up. Oh, wait, no, sorry, it is Tenino. You're right. It is, in that case, my God, all mixed around. In that case, Witchy going to be taking that one pretty handily. Not too shabby one bit. But like we said before, there's 5 of these coming up, so still plenty of opportunities for Oakville to get back on top. Question is, what characters will you do it? And that was, of course, as well, the bottom rung of the skill levels of these players, so it can only go up from here.
Yeah, I mean, this was our first match here. If I'm correct, that was worth 4 points on the meat scoring here.
Delicious. Well, 4 points, certainly significant, but not the end-all, be-all of everything. Oh, sorry, 2 points, actually, instead.
2 points?
So,
because this is the #5 match, because we started from bottom up. That's why.
Bingo. So, in that case, we're going to have to find out what they're capable of on the comeback, but at the same time, as long as you have faith in your upper levels, you can kind of wait and sandbag a little bit. Hey, there's that little Mac you were talking about.
Yes! And you know what? Once again, it is coming out from the side of Tenino, which, honestly, I'm loving the sporty kind of engagement here. You started out with the wrestler, now you got the boxer in the ring here. Very much all about that sports.
Next we get the Ryu and Ken out, I suppose. Get a bit of extra jiu-jitsu in there.
I gotta say, I love these names here. We have Little Mac, aka Just a Dude, and then you have their opponent here, the Lakatush? Not too sure how to pronounce it.
DK Latush? I think it's DK Latush. Which is nonetheless
even better.
Hilarious name on the bayonet. And no, it's not hilarious though. These pistols, not funny at all. Gun violence is no joke, and Little Mac's facing that first hand. The Witch Twist going to send him up, and that's not where Little Mac wants to be. That being said, KO Punch charged up. They see a bit more damage, and they can easily secure that first stock with a proper setup. Unfortunately, instead they set themselves up on a silver platter. Nonetheless, do manage to fight out from the corner.
Yep, but there's a great setup there. It was unfortunate to miss that KO punch there on the edge, but great dodge. Now trying to play around this edge here, but playing very dangerously close. The reaction time from this Bayonetta just seems to be a hair off.
Oh no, not the entire fully charged neutral B, and not the lack of punish right after, but nonetheless, Bayonetta does manage to get that F smash off. What I'm noticing here from our friend on the side of Just a Dude is that they really like this F tilt, and they also really like that. The dash attack and the Jolt Haymakers, burst options. But the burst options that can leave you vulnerable. Little Mac is strongest when they're using their tilt attacks in conjunction with each other. Down tilt's a great combo starter, but at a high percent like this, you really want to try to look for an F tilt or maybe even a smash attack to secure the kill.
Yep, and there it is. Going to be able to get that corkscrew through.
Certainly no bad way to get done as long as you can even up the stocks. Not too much extra credit signed up there either, but that Witch Time unfortunately going to send Little Mac off stage. And this Bayonetta just punishing them every single turn, but a KO punch is ready.
Yep, just needs to be able to get close enough to use it, however. Like you said, those pistols have been dastardly. And then the punish once they get close.
As a Little Mac, it's an inevitable question of what do I do in a situation where someone just wants to camp me? Seems to have found the answer. Jumps over the bullets and Jolt Haymakers on in. But these counters, be more proactive, not reactive.
Yeah, you gotta constantly be moving here. Stay on your toes. Especially when you're dealing with such a high damage bar like this. Yet they seem to just almost have a full control of this. Oh! There's the gaster. Spoke too soon.
Sorry, Little Mac. It seems that her demon's fists are just a bit bigger. Madame Butterfly's just got a bigger glove size than you ever could wish for. Nonetheless, at 108, certainly liable to deliver this kill as long as they can maybe get one more rising uppercut. We'll see if it's possible. But you can see they're fishing for it and maybe fishing a bit too hard. Nothing's biting.
Yep, it's going to be off of this recovery here. Yes, sir!
Nice.
Right to the sky.
Good prediction of the landing. But a grab comes out from the Bayonetta. I like the fact that they're even willing to go for that grab. We haven't gotten to see that yet, but that's one of the best tools to deposition a Mac. Just honestly, hold shield, wait for them to touch it, grab, throw, profit.
Indeed. Oh, the counter there!
Down B comes
And
through.
he makes it through the witch punch.
These counters are liable to be stale, so you gotta be careful as this Bayonetta, but you also gotta be careful if the Little Mac does manage to evade the F smash, but can't evade the counter that comes in response. It's KO punch ready and a KO punch wasted. 1-1, one last counter, but Little Mac's still not dead yet.
Oh, not this again. Getting spammed on out. No!
Wow! What a good counter, man. That's just recognition of the patterns. You try to force my hand in order to secure an easy F smash. Guess what? It's coming right back at you. Little Mac takes game one.
He's not the champion for nothing. He has been through thick and thin, constantly through his own game title. So he has been in very unfavorable matchups since day one.
I don't know if in the lore he's ever gone up against a demon hunting witch, but nonetheless, pretty solid stuff here from Little Mac. Reaching new heights as Tenino tried to continue to leverage that victory. Oakville High School got to figure out some answers to the raw, aggressive output. Between Incineroar and Little Mac, these are characters that are very high pressure, very high damage, and have very good kill potential.
Indeed. So I don't think we're going to be seeing any change here in the character selection. Do you see that they might try to do that?
I mean, it depends on how deep these character pools go for the different players, right? And again, at this level of play, it's rare to see. Comfort's usually what is king, and I can't really fault anyone for that. Small battlefield is the next stage to go to. Limited movement, limited space, but does mean there's platforms for Bayonetta to go to. At the same time, a platform for Bayonetta is another extension for Little Mac to use those rising uppercuts that netted them a couple of those stocks last game around.
Ideally so, yes. Now, the big thing here that could work for either player is how they utilize these platforms compared to Final Destination, where it was just this field in of itself. now you could have a big setup here going into the air.
Bayonetta definitely takes the more advantage of that because her extensions can be so insane. But we haven't really got to see too much of them. A couple witch twists here and there, but never the aerials. In fact, I don't think I've seen an aerial from this Bayonetta, period, which is really rough considering that that's kind of what she's known for. She dominates the aerial game. You got to see it right there. Okay, witch twist, but the afterburner kick that needed to follow it up just was not present. She prefers to fight on the ground, but it's not working out in their favor.
No, it's not. And despite all these big moves they're going for, Little Mac's the one who's actually been keeping it tight, keeping it close, even at his own disadvantage. Trying to set up for these hits here. KO punch not going to be able to get off.
Wow! Counter into F tilt. Counters a bullet. Literally punched a bullet out of the air and then punches the witch right in the face. Sends him back in disgrace. That's first stock down, and an up smash is going to be the response. So at the very least, no extra credit built up. It's all even Stevens.
Hey, it's not called bullet punch for nothing, alright? They had to make a Pokemon move out of it.
It definitely is steel tight here for Little Mac. He's got certainly some good cojones to try to step up to someone who's pointing fully loaded magnums at your face. I don't know for dealing with angels and demons and the like. This is a regular dude from the Bronx. That's crazy. Nonetheless, Little Mac steps up, gives him the whole 1-2. And now it's playing from the corner. F smash, though, deals some solid percent.
Yep, and really playing in a very dangerous close edge game here. Just able to dodge, but needs to properly recover themselves. Bayonetta's trying to do some of that airplay you were mentioning.
If the Bayonetta can just try to seal Little Mac out, right here's a great opportunity. The jump's wasted, but again, staying on the ground is, I think, where you're really making your biggest mistake. Nonetheless, does manage to catch the jump, and that means Little Mac goes plummeting to their own death. One stock left for the Mac.
Yep. Oh, did he just jump off of Mac's head there? Maybe
yeah,
not
a little
exactly,
footstool.
but it looked like it.
No, you're absolutely correct. It's a footstool jump there, and doesn't really buy you much other than a bit of space and time, nonetheless. The afterburner kick comes out. Where's the follow-up is the question.
Yeah, I know. I would have been very upset by that if my opponent just did me dirty like that, using me as a stepping stone.
That's all part of the smash, fun and bun. Allowing this Bayonetta to get back to stage is an interesting decision, but it's a Jolt Haymaker as the punish while they charge up that F smash. Worth noting, guys, when you're charging a smash attack, you are going to receive higher knockback if an attack hits you. So it's just part of the yin and the yang, part of the disadvantage that comes with it. KO punch ready, guns blazing.
Yep, really has to try to get there. Yeah, each time they try to get close, that KO meter is just taken out completely. It really is a sad thing to see it go down like that.
You got to make sure to play it a bit more wisely around those charged guns. You got to play it wisely around that counter, too. No punish, but a second one's going to come right for you. Little Mac could recover here, but I'm not sure if they know how quite. Jolt Haymaker just comes a bit too late, and that's all she wrote. It's tied up in the second series, 1-1.
Yeah, this one's starting to fight back. And it's like you said, I think it really played down to the stage there, quite literally. Those extra platforms messed up Little Mac. Not just in recovery, but setting up for plays.
At the end of the day, the Bayonetta is going to be able to play around a bit easier. That being said, I would still love to see in this third match, if it does go back to a map with platforms, for this Bayonetta to find those extensions. You have Afterburner Kick, get the extended hitbox, you knock them up, Witch Twist, Afterburner Kick, up air, profit. You got to make sure that you're playing to the full extent. If you're playing a combo character like Bayonetta and you're not hitting combos, you're not executing on the full extent, the full potential of what that character has to offer.
No, definitely not. That's the thing about Bayonetta, is that she is actually a very quick, agile character that is known for dancing around their opponents. And that's where you see it with the Witch's Time, going into the setup on punches, and then the control off stage that really makes them shine.
But the control off stage has got to be utilized. I want to see this Bayonetta, if you're going to beat a Little Mac and you see they're jumping right back at you, you know there's very little threat aside from a Jolt Haymaker for what they could do, so contest them. There's very low risk to you and all the reward. At the end of the day, the cost-benefit ratio is immensely in your favor, so I'd love to see this Bayonetta try to go off stage a bit more. Gimp that easy Little Mac recovery that is so knowingly exploitable.
Yeah, most definitely here. Now, we are going to be having our next map be Town and City. And you know what? I got to ask you, what you drinking over there?
I'm drinking some good old-fashioned tea, man. After days worth of hard casting and teaching the youth, sometimes you just need something for the old vocal cords. And for me, that's some tea with lemon and honey. But for us, the tea is really about who's going to win this game. So let's see who's going to spill it and see who's going to spill more blood. Little Mac in the hoodie, Bayonetta, all dressed to the nines.
Yeah, I think Little Mac's going back into his training arc here, trying to go back to his roots in order to set himself up here for this title match.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at the stage, man. Wise selection, I'd say, if you're the Bayonetta. Having all this space, these platforms, how does Little Mac approach you? I just stand on the top platform, and you really can't do anything to me. Nonetheless, it also does offer Little Mac some ability to recover back a bit easier. I do anticipate, though, if the Bayonetta uses these platforms properly, it could be a really big issue here for my friend Just a Dude.
Yep, but that's the thing, is that those platforms come and go constantly. So you really are just playing Final Destination that adapts over time.
And that is true. Little Mac is going to have the advantage in these moments, but you have to make good on it. And you have to use that shield. You know what I will notice as well? I don't think either of these players have used the shield a single time. I kind of respect that low-key. It's all about the offensive.
Yeah, no, I love that, because sometimes, don't get me wrong, shield is a paramount part of the game, but even I myself never could utilize the shield properly, so being able to just go in, slugging it out feels amazing.
Gentlemen's agreement,
Whoa!
just fist of cuffs and fist of flying. Brass knuckles loading that F smash. It's an F air attack from the Little Mac. 113 for the Bayonetta. One Jolt Haymaker would do it, but an F tilt at this ledge could also certainly get the job done. But that was a bit telegraphed there, pal. As an F smash is your reward, that KO punch. Still ready, but the guns are the response.
Yep. And look at this, every time there's a KO punch ready to go, it quite literally goes into gun spam. That is all this Bayonetta does.
Dude, the KO punch resulted in his own TKO. That's tragic. You really got to make sure you space that properly, because it does move you forward horizontally, and sometimes that results in your own death. That's going to be the way we lose that first stock. Not even credit to Bayonetta herself, but the pressure she emitted. 161, though. Any attack could really kill her.
Oh yeah, just need to get that one good corkscrew. Nope, the 1-2 KO.
Ain't mad at that. The F tilt gets the job done. Counter comes through. But it's just, again, it's whoever hits these big hitboxes first. There's a Jolt Haymaker, that's side B from the Little Mac, and there's the F smash that we see her constantly using right there. Everyone's just kind of slinging out haymakers.
Yep. Oh, here we go. KO, but no, off stage again. I think the real deceptive part about this stage is as the platform's coming up in the background, you get a feeling of, oh, there's something for me to grab. No, there isn't.
It just seems like every time this KO punch charges up, it's actually a prophet of doom for Just a Dude. Flying on the last stock of match point. This could be difficult for them to come back from, especially if they feel the pressure starting to rise. They're able to land safely, but they really need to wait out these counters that Bayonetta's kind of spamming out just like that. And the F smash is the easy punish.
Yep. Oh my god, look at that. They were just setting up for the shots right there each time. And they're just not going to fight here. Bayonetta's actually disrespecting the space here against Little Mac, and I think that's actually a big mistake there, as you just witnessed.
Yeah, that'll cost you. Taunt to get bodied. But, hey, you can't use that shield. Put that away. We agreed against it. Maybe no longer obeying the gentleman's agreement. At this point, in Love and War, all bets are off. More rolls coming out than a bakery. And that just might be all she wrote. Oh, no. 3 SDs make it the end for Just a Dude. It's going to instead be DK Latouche taking game 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't, because it's like, yeah, you won, but did you actually beat them?
There's no
justice like they
really
really beat themselves.
Sometimes the truest enemy is the man you look at in the mirror. Nonetheless, evens things up here so far, keeps this game interesting. Now, that was a 3-point match, given the fact that it is their next ranked players. Or actually, no, hold on, apologies. 2 points, as well as the 5. So now things even Steven so far across the board. And now we start to elevate past a rung. So the next match is going to be third-ranked players. That means 3 points, and that means a significant advantage.
Indeed it does, because that's going to start putting in those odd numbers there. we could go even across the board here. The real difference maker, I think, is going to be this rank 3 match. As whoever wins this will start to really make the pressure get placed upon.
It's interesting. You look in a situation where people are evened up, whether it be the beginning of a series or after, and the tiebreaker is always what kind of establishes the rhythm, because all of a sudden you're in a pressure cooker situation if you're on the losing end, and you're having a ton of momentum behind you if you take the W instead. But we're going to have to find out how it all ends up going down. Tenino's player coming up next is going to be S Monkey Man versus Oakville's Sky Guy 67, and it's Sky Guy 67, and it's going to be small battlefield to start things off. 3 points on the line.
Oh, we have a bit of a duel taking place here.
Swords at 10 paces. Ike versus Lucina, two masters of spacing. Ike, of course, definitely the slower one of the two, but also has got a bit more range.
Indeed. You know what? I'm used to seeing Ike, not used to seeing Lucina, so I don't know too much about her kit. In comparison, look at that setup there!
I can already tell you right now that this Ike knows ball. I'm seeing him spam neutral air. That's perfect. You are top 10 Ike player in the world already. This Lucina, on the other hand, has gotten the majority of her percent off of the back of these counters, and you're seeing it right there. And already, I am watching this Ike learn and adjust. Sky Guy is not going to tolerate that nonsense for too much longer before big punishes come out.
Oh, you better not, because I know you call him S Monkey Man. I'm saying that name, and I'm thinking it's Monkey Man.
Oh, right, hold on. Yeah, you're right. TMS2 did switch on over. So in that case, yeah, S Monkey Man is going to be trying to get some monkey business done. Instead, it's an F, or up smash, rather. Takes the first stock. Ike starting off stalled.
I feel like it's a lot easier to see the moves from the sword players just because it's so animated in their attacks.
It's also just a big scything wave of energy in front of you. Giant line, certainly easy to read, but doesn't taste good. Steel going to be shoved down Lucina's throat, and it's a big ether as well upon landing. No way to evade that one except for going to ledge. 2 stocks down, and Ike's got no signs of stopping.
Nope. And I feel that is an amazing ability Ike's get to do. Just tossing that sword up. It's a very deceptive kind of, oh, he's going for the grab. Nope, he's going for the slam. And that big dash out of the air, too.
Lucina can actually very easily take advantage of that recovery if she decides to counter at the right moment. Instead, it's a dare, actually, which will result in that first stock going down. Ike does not have the ability to choose between vertical and horizontal recovery. It's really quite extreme, so that launch angle was actually quite perfect for them to get that job done. But still, 1 stock left for this Lucina, and the percent's starting to rack up. It's not looking great.
No, it is not here. However, Ike is really keeping their distance. They're trying to go for these, like, big area of effects or distance slashes. Oh, the overhead!
Ow. Taking on that platform in front of an Ike. That up smash covers literally the entire thing. And is also now covered in the blood of his enemies. First game goes there to Monkey Man.
Yep. And I'm going to be curious which stage we're heading to next, because just to remind you, what stage do we have for choice? It is Battlefield, Final Destination, Pokemon Stadium 2, Smashville, the Kalos Pokemon League, Town and City, Small Battlefield, and the Laylat Cruise. So out of all of them, which one do you think that Lucina should be trying to go for here?
Platforms feel pretty good for Lucina because she has a lot of means of pressuring you through them with her quick aerials. But I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't really see our friend Lucina, I didn't see Sky Guy using them too much. So if I were to look at it on pen and paper as far as optimized play, Battlefield wouldn't be awful. But it's actually a complete change-up in the match, as now the Princeling's been replaced by the Big Bad Croc.
Well, you said down with the king, but the king's here to show why he rules.
King K rules. And now it's already 25% stacked up. This matchup will be interesting. Lucina's got no projectiles to speak of, and this guy's got a gun. It's not going to be a fun time for Lucina if she can't close the distance.
No, she cannot. But the big thing about sword characters, similar to Little Mac, is how they actually utilize that range. Because King K. Rool is actually such a large character, he's he takes a lot of hits, but that does result in Lucina not being able to have the same recovery.
I mean, if you get caught up by the blunderbuss when your jump is out, you really just don't have much to do, and we're seeing that neutral B be already so impactful. 34% here stacked up, but more still willing, and wow, great counter there to interrupt the up B from the Lucina. Sure, you have the dancing blade, but do you have the kill? And Lucina, without those tippers like Martha has, it's not going to be easily able to deliver a kill unless you get a really solid aerial, maybe even off stage. At this point, center stage, you're not killing it with anything but a smash attack.
Definitely not here. Gotta really get set up for a big hit. Oh, it's close. Airwolf's playing it back. He does not have his crown right now. That's going to be taken away from him. But he seems to be recovering himself fairly okay. We're going to be about this next play off the edge here.
179, dude. That's so scary. Maximum rage here for the big Croc, and the clap's going to send you right back to the blast zone. 180 and still kicking. This Croc is unstoppable.
Indeed. Oh, love that sucker punch he went in with there. May lose a stock, but I think he's doing just fine now that he's finally able to reset that damage counter.
Match point, match stock. Things are looking pretty solid if your name is Smonkey Man. A good counter there to ensure safety recovering back to the ledge, and that's just going to force Lucina to think more carefully about how she decides to approach, and it's with the counter as well. If you can't beat him, join him.
Oh,
or die.
The headbutt.
Rough stuff.
Yeah. No,
Smonkey Man takes it. Certainly an impressive performance put up by the King K. Rool. On the Ike and the K. Rool both, must be said. Showing that depth of character knowledge that is not very common when it comes to these interscholastic levels. And just goes to show, again, we're ascending up the ranks here, folks. So with that, a quick, easy victory on the side of Tenino. They now bear the advantage. They're 3 points up ahead.
Indeed they do. So given that they are set up here extremely well, 5-2, as we're now going to go into the rank 2 matches, which are worth 4 points. I gotta say, Dilo, that match, I think, punched the pixels out of you there.
Ow. Yeah, I think K. Rool might have, stolen my Wi-Fi or something. That dude is just greedy as all heck. Well, unfortunate. Nonetheless, at least my voice is still here to review the action, even if my face is in low definition. But I'll tell you what, at the very least right now, we've gotten to see some pretty solid action both ways. It seems that there's good matchups on each side, but now we're ascending to the near pinnacle, right? Now we're starting to get to the cream of the crop, the peak. I really would love to see a matchup that's a bit more back and forth, but this one could very well be explosive. Diddy Kong up against the King Koopa himself, super lightweight up against the big bad boss.
Again, I hate to be biased here, but I'm loving every single pick from Tenino tonight. These are all my favorite characters, all in one package.
Fan of already what I just saw from that Bowser. Out of shield, Whirling Fortress. Out of shield, Whirling Fortress. A grab there this time around. Wow, getting saucy with it, are we?
Indeed. You know what? It's something worth mentioning that this is the number 2 matchup here, because typically when I'm thinking number 2, number 1, I'm thinking more meta characters, right? I'm thinking more, here they come and go.
Well, we'll say Bowser can be a surprisingly good meta shake-up pick. Of the heavyweights, is one of the most efficient alongside Incineroar, so you might be surprised. This Turtles, despite how the heft that he's got, can move incredibly fast. This gap that separates him and the Monkey can be cleared with just one dash attack, just like that. They have a lot of great burst options and a lot of great burst damage.
Indeed they are. Now, did get that initial stock off here. Needs to play it a little safer around this edge, because the one thing Diddy Kong does have is speed against Bowser. Oh, I love that there. The grab setup and the slam down.
That's just so much damage. It's still just a little time. Such a light character. A featherweight, if you will, in comparison to this giant unit of a turtle. 122, though. A lot of rage. Same goes for Diddy Kong, but how do you confirm the kill? We're not seeing the banana setups. We're not seeing the grabs. It's an F-tilt, sure, but that's not going to kill it unless you're at the very edge of the stage and with maybe 50% more on this big bad Koopa. Instead, it's going to be the descending stall and fall down air. Second stock already dead.
Yep. Look at these. Trying to dodge these peanut shots here from the cannon. But Bowser is really playing it tough right now. Off of that edge. I think this is another situation where, yeah, you're going to have to just go clean off of this stock and set up for another play here.
The back throw, grand stage pressure, nearly catches the monkey flip as well with that up smash. Seismic slam gets some good damage, and it's a monkey flip in response, so command grab going for command grab, but the issue is one kills, the other does not. 200% and a big bad boot. It's a 3 stock in favor of Tenino once more.
Indeed. Bowser actually able to secure it with all 3 stocks intact.
I mean, that's just the power of Super Heavyweight. Heavy's character in the entire game, in fact. He can stick around for so much time. You know, you think you're winning. You think you're up ahead. You have him at 80%, and then you realize, okay, but my kill percentage is 150, whereas mine's at 20. An F smash from Bowser at ledge can kill this Diddy Kong in an instant, in a snap. His bones are so brittle, they're bound to break with all these gigantic punches and kicks being thrown around.
Indeed. So, that being said there, that is the first of that fight done. Do you think there's going to be any roster changes here in the characters?
I'd like to see this Diddy change to something a bit more heavy, just something that allows you more wiggle room, because we're not seeing the combos. In theory, what's great about going up against a Bowser is he's combo food. But again, I'll say the same thing I said for the Bayo. If you're not executing the combos, what's the point? You're just playing a character with disadvantages like their lightweightedness without garnering any of the benefits that come from that same thing. And that might be why we're seeing Reptile versus Reptile. Solid Snakes enter the building.
Now this is another... Solid Snake used to actually have a lot of playtime, if I remember, from Brawl, but not too much anymore compared to the other options. I think this actually could be a huge opportunity here against Bowser.
The zoning is going to be the big key. Those grenades do detonate instantly upon fire as well, so if the flame breath comes out, all you're going to be doing is lighting the fuse. A back throw and a big F smash. 2 hits! Literally equalize the playing field just like that. It's not going to stop just yet. The Bowser bomb says, you got grenades? I got explosives of my own. This big fat butt.
That was amazing there. You know what? When I remember seeing Bowser with that move, it would go through people. It wouldn't just stop after a hit confirmed. So to see that players actually have that idea, what a beautiful upset.
Rolling Fortress in the sky, not necessarily the latter combos of Yule Smash 4, but definitely gets the job done. At the very least, this Snake's established that they can play this character rather efficiently. Certainly better than Diddy so far, but it's back to your regularly scheduled programming. A down smash to fall. The Bowser bomb caught at ledge. Snake's got no idea what to do. Dude had to just walk it off a little bit. He was stunned.
That is phenomenal. I've never seen such a Bowser combo before. I've always seen Bowser kind of go in setting up for shots and then just completely wiping the floor. I think Snake messed up there, and Bowser takes the victory.
Oh, man. That was disgusting. Yeah, Snake just seemed like shell-shocked, actually. Dude remembered all his time in the Metal Gear factories. PTSD hits you hard. Get back to the VA, buddy. I don't know. The benefits can hopefully get you at least some life insurance for turtle-related injuries, but that Bowser is something to look out for. If that was the rank 2 player for Tenino, I shudder in fear of what their top is.
Yeah, this is going to be a real interesting one. Now, mind you, the way I believe all the matches get played out here, if I'm correct, as that last match there, I think definitely set it in stone that there's not going to be a comeback here for Oakville, but you can still get points on the board.
Yeah, at the very least, you get some accolades, some consolation prizes, some feel-good moments, and also some cool clips for your highlight reel. But yeah, this is kind of all she wrote, given the fact that we've seen the last 2 back-to-back go to Tenino, so kudos to them. They're biting strong, those big incisors sharpened and down to the quick. And to be fair, you look at the team logos, right? Tenino, it's got a rodent with 2 giant incisors. And then Oakville, they're acorns. What are those teeth meant to do? They break nuts.
Indeed they do. And we're going on in with our next match.
Captain Falcon versus Rob. Classic. Well, get the tool icons. This is the match of 2 characters that no one would know unless they played Smash Bros. That's literally what this is. It's whoever is the biggest star of only popular because of this game franchise. But nonetheless, both very good characters in their own right. Falcon, of course, the rush down character, and this gyroid play is going to be really what I'm watching out for from this Rob. Rob can be such a frustrating character to play against, and if this Tenino player can do so effectively, could be solid, but from what I'm seeing from this Captain Falcon already, they know what they need to do, and that's not give this Rob any room to breathe.
Indeed. And you got to really play it close here between the two of them. I think Rob has to go for grabs, while Falcon has to make sure they play into these kind of big hit situations like we saw Little Mac doing earlier.
Gyroid being caught out here. Seems the Captain Falcon's game is to try to control the gyroids themselves, but the Robo Blender at the edge catches them out. A roll back, but the Raptor Booster, rather, the Falcon dive, pardon me, was going to be able to get him back to that top platform. And Smattofield's an interesting lobby for this, an interesting scene, because Captain Falcon can extend off these platforms pretty well. But first, you just got to get your feet up beneath you. 155 stacked up with the quickness. Now Rob's looking for the kill.
Indeed it is here. As you're going to be looking, this edge guard's doing phenomenally well with the Rob. Look at him! Backs off and then goes right back in for the play.
Pile driver, easy peasy. Like you said, the grabs are what's going to be key, especially that high percent. Easy kill confirm. And the berry as well could very well be the key. No jab reset off of the back throw. But playing from this corner, this Rob's grab game is unparalleled, and this Falcon cannot seem to find any footing.
No, they cannot, as we're going to be seeing here. Trying to go for those setup. After losing that initial stock, they really need to capitalize. Oh no, that's not going to look good. You got a projectile on the field. That's going to just make things even harder for Captain Falcon to deal with.
Well, that's what's so frustrating about Rob is that right there, dude just throws crap at you. It's like, stop it. Ow, that hurts, and it really does. Gyroid controls such a large amount of space and also can be used as item for Rob to toss around. Once you get the item dribbles down, it becomes even more disgusting. And you also have the momentum. The fact that Tenino's just been kind of dominating the bracket so far all day, all the spirit that your team bears alongside you, that fuels you. That keeps you going.
Indeed it does here. Now, this Rob is playing some great recovery, and once again, getting that second stock off. I'm telling you, right now, Tenino really is a threat.
It's been a bit more death by 1,000 cuts than another SD. That's just tragic. There's nowhere to go. The pressure just gets to your head, and sadly, Captain Falcon goes down in flames. Nonetheless, having a chance to come back here, hopefully on a stage a bit more favorable. Generally, what you want against a Rob is something that is close quarters, which, granted, Smattlefield is honestly pretty good for. Could maybe go for Hollow Bastion. I could see you also aiming for the PS2 option. Probably not going to allow FD since I think there may be ban stages allowed. But if there are any bans, then I'd imagine that Rob's probably going to want to take that option away. Either way, what the Captain Falcon's got to look for is, I'd say, easing up a little bit. Take your time. There's no rush to leap into the fray because you're just getting hit by a lot of errant nonsense damage. And that nonsense damage, Sami, it tacks on. 3 errant hits become 6. All of a sudden, you're 80%. You look back behind you and say, what happened to my 2 stocks? And all of a sudden, you're getting packed up and put in a cardboard box. Joker now on the field. They said, we're tired of Rob. He's in the scrapyard.
I don't think they're tired. I think Rob did his job, and now he's gone home.
Yeah, dude said, pack it up, guys. I'm not taking overtime. I'm clocking out at 3:45 on the dot. Joker's going to, no. He's the guy who likes to work hard at the office. Going to stick around there and go guns blazing.
Of course he does. He's the one that plans all those heists. You know how much money they steal on a daily?
That's a good point, honestly. That does take a lot of planning, so you got to make sure that you're diligently staying in the office to get it done, I suppose. But yeah. So far, similar story as before. This Joker player clearly knows their stuff. They, no matter what character they're operating on, are doing it with the highest level of precision possible on characters that really benefit from understanding the combo trees.
Indeed. You know what? Big thing I actually wanted to mention is that out of all the map choices, as I was looking them over, before they were selected, I really was thinking, yeah, the Kalos Pokemon League is probably going to be the best stage here for Falcon, if at all. But that was before seeing that Joker was put into play.
Yeah, I don't really think it's going to be too much better for this Captain Falcon in the sense that these platform extensions aren't really available to you. That being said, you do have some better horizontal blast zones, which is nice, but the sad thing is you're being launched off the top instead. Axel on the side of Tenino takes for a stock.
Yep, and he still's got that damage that they can work with there. The bar is not breaking down fast enough for Falcon.
Dude, that was so much. This Arsene meter just got used to its full maximum, and already Rebel's guard started to charge up a little bit more. Parry's the first hit of the up smash, but you got to remember this too. 113 here for Joker is trouble.
Indeed. Now you're going to be set up here for one-hit KO. You see, I got to see a finisher with the Falcon Punch. I need a stock taken off just from Falcon Punch.
Oh, okay. We got one off at the very least, but 70% stacked up. Not great. Falcon Punch. No, it's a Raptor Boost. Wrong move, guys. Click B, click B.
Nope.
Nonetheless, good combo extension here from the Joker, and just again, solid interruptions here. Using that AHA as well to force Falcon to change his approaches. You constantly are seeing KA Gamer 877 reconsider how they're supposed to close that distance.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here when you're fighting against someone like Axel is how you respond to adaptive situations here. And I think this is a very creative one off the stage, but
come on.
Also getting hit, and now you're falling to the abyss.
Tried to go for the disrespectful last back here that wasn't even necessary, and they knew it. I'm glad they didn't get it. You're disgusting. Rebel's guard already popping up here, and Arsene is out to play. That just might mean it could be the end of Captain Falcon's day. But maybe they're a phoenix who will rise from the ashes. Solid back here and a great up smash.
Yep. Oh, almost had it there for the follow-up, but this is where things might just be unrecoverable.
One last back air. One last back air. Kalos platforms are not saving you, pal. Action replay at this point, but wait! The SD? Don't tell me there's a chance.
I don't think there's going to be. Let's be very realistic here. It's 0 to 123.
There's no whimsy in your heart, Sami. There's no whimsy. You're the reason that happened. If you said you believed, then that Captain Falcon would have won.
There's no way, man. He didn't throw a single Falcon punch. There's no way.
Well, nonetheless, Falcon Punch is withstanding. Tenino High School will take it in a very dominant victory, only 2 points the way of their opponents, but nonetheless, it was a good attempt. Oakville just was not their day.
No, it definitely was not. I mean, this was a phenomenal game of matches here that we had to witness. Those very early matches, I think, were the deciders because of how close they were. And from there, it snowballed out of control.
I mean, at that point, what could you do when the pressure is mounting that heavily? That Joker, Axel, rather, was very adept at all the characters they played. It just seemed like there was, across the board from our friends in Oakville, a slight misjudgment of understanding in terms of what your character is supposed to do. If you're playing combo characters, you have to play them for combos. If you're playing Diddy Kong, you need to be using them very lightly, evasively, and trying to sneak in those banana combos as well. If you're playing Bayonetta, same story. So, what I want to see in the future, look back at that VOD. Make sure you understand some combo videos. Pull up a player that is in your area or just a player that's dominant on the character that you prefer. Get some learning done, get in the lab, and get that improvement you need.
Yep. Well, this is just about going to close it out for us here, but first we got to give a special thanks to LandFest. Believe it or not, this broadcast is part of LandFest's Scholastic Esports program, a program that supports this league and many others. And since launching, LandFest has delivered over 300 broadcasts to Scholastic leagues in Washington and Indiana. We do provide these broadcasts free of charge to the league, schools, and teams that we cover, and your generous donations make it all possible, because every $200 raised covers their operating costs for one regular season of broadcast. If you do happen to appreciate our work, be sure to scan that QR code on screen and donate today.
open your hearts and maybe, just maybe, open those pocketbooks as well. But with that, that is all we're going to have for you here for today. WSSEA, first week of some Super Smash Bros. Action. I've been D-Lo. Joined here at the booth by Sami Nami. We've had our almighty eye in the sky, Taylor. Keeping the prod lights on and that cam steady. Please thank our production for all he does. We cannot yell games without him. And last, but certainly not least, thank you, loyal, obedient viewer, for your time. We hope you enjoyed these series just as much as we have. Keep an eye to the sky for more WSSEA content coming at you in the future. And until then, good games and good night.